I am Lizzy with Long Distance Gamers. We are a group of friends who play games remotely due to us living in different states. Today we are talking about Whitechapel. What do I think about it? And more importantly, how do we play it remotely? Now before we get started, there are two different sides. The side running the game that for sure has a copy, and then the remote side that may or may not have a copy. We will be going over how the remote side sets up and how the remote side responds to the game. So this is what Whitechapel looks like before you get started. You have Jack the Ripper on night 1 as well as on time 1. Red token on 1. This is actually technically supposed to be there, but we always start it there so that we don't have stacks upon stacks of tokens. Before you get started, we always send pictures of this to the sides that do not have a copy. However, this, as well as the Jack the Ripper sheet, is available on Board Game Geek for you to print. We will have links in our comments, so that way you could have a printed version instead of a picture on your phone when you're trying to look from the screen to your phone. It can get a little bit annoying sometimes, but having a printed paper will make the transition easier. In order to set up all the tokens, you decide who Jack is. If Jack is the side with a copy, he will just do all of his token placements as normal. If Jack is a side without a copy, the side running the game will turn all of these tokens so that it's right side up. And then they will shuffle them around. And then we'll take a token and hold it up to the camera. Or if you have a close-up camera, to the close-up camera. And you can easily tell the difference between one without the dot and one with the dot, whether it be a normal camera or the closer up camera. Hold it up and they would tell you where to put it. So they'll say put that one on 65, put that one on 84, and so on and so forth. Once the lady's set up, it is time for the head investigator, which is denoted by these. For the remote side, you just match this up with the side that is running the game. I don't matter which ones are underneath. I just care about which one is on top. Same as with these white tokens, the black tokens. If the side has a copy, they will just place them like normal. Otherwise, you would turn them over and shuffle them up. And then you would start holding them up to the camera. Same as before. It is a little bit difficult to see the camera or see the color from farther away, so we do use the close-up camera. However, if you get close enough, you would be able to tell. For putting these on the board, it is a little bit harder than the white tokens, as the white tokens go on a numbered space, while these tokens go on one of these dots. For the start of the game, they are placed on one of these starting locations, so you could just say the starting location by 30 for that one. And then you would hold them up and go on and so forth. Later on, the police officers will be at different places other than their starting tokens. And you have to place 5 of these 7 where they match. So, for instance, you would be able to pull this one up. This is the red token. It does not have to go with the red spot. So you could just say, okay, put that with the yellow token. Then you would just put that where the yellow spot goes. And then you would move on to the next one. If it is in a spot that they are not originally in, it is one of the starting locations. So then you would just, again, say starting location 19, for instance. When the murder happens, Jack the Ripper will say which location he has murdered in. Start with 84. We would place one of these tokens, or if you have the Dear Boss expansion, you could place the little woman on that location, whichever you prefer. And then the game would start. Of course, Jack is first, and then Jack would let everybody know what he is doing. So if he is going to start with doing the carriage, he'll say, I'm going to spend my 1 and my 2 to do the carriage. So then all sides would put the carriage down and put him on the second spot. And then it would be time for the police officers to go. So when we're trying to move, we would just start with whatever color. We generally go left to right, so we would start with the red. And then we can move up to 2 spots. So if we start with the red, we can go ahead and go along the main drag, which we call this the main drag, as it is important for some of the numbers. For instance, this dot is between 99 and 120. However, this dot is kind of a weird one to state, so we just say it's on the main drag 99 and main drag 100. When you move, you do have to be a little bit descriptive as to where and how you are moving. So for instance, we could do Okay, well, I will go ahead and pass over 139, and then I will go up to 116. So that way we are knowing that we are moving over and then up. And then the yellow, we're thinking maybe Jack went this way. So yellow could go, okay, I will go up 98 and then up again, so that I'm just above the 98. The green could go down to, trying to figure out which way he's going. And we could go down 49 and down 64, so that we're right above 66. For him, we could go, okay, well, I'm going to go up to the main drag between 86 and 85. And then we're going to try to bring this guy in a bit more. So we would just continue on down that road so that he can be between 143 and 144. So the movement of the cops is just being more descriptive instead of just moving the tokens. Especially if you are on a side without the copy, you would want to be able to tell the sides with the copies how you are moving. Searching for clues and making an arrest is the exact same as it is in-person play. You search for clues on each of the side that you're adjacent to, and the game continues on until someone wins. So that is how you play Whitechapel remotely. As you can see, it is mostly identical to in-person play. The main difference is how you express your movement for the police officers instead of just moving them. However, with a bit of practice, that is barely noticeable. Our group loves playing this to the point that all sides have gotten a copy, as it is a more immersive feel. However, it is workable with the documents from Board Game Geek or pictures of the board sent to all sides. If you like hidden movement games, this is an awesome one to check out, and it plays great remotely. But hey, have fun and be you. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you.